doing everything. That we even lean to Tupac. Yeah, mama. We even lean towards that way. And the world has accepted that mama is more than that dad. No, she's not. God, man, women, children. That's God's prescribed order. But because men had chose for whatever reason to do what they do, they still don't realize that they have to answer to an all-knowing, all-powerful, omnipresent, omniscient God. So one day, at the end of their life, or somewhere in the course of their life, they're going to have to respond to God and give an account. That's why at the end of my life, at the end of my day, somebody say my day.
My day.
God has the final authority. He has to. Because if he don't, that's treason before an almighty God. When you have a grown man sitting at the house playing PlayStation, I would assume that he has all his bills and all his children and all his affairs accounted for. But when he's sitting at the house doing things that's doing working hours and he needs a job, he's not worth the gun pop shooting. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Amen.
Well, people supposed to be talking like that. This one is because we can find it in Scripture. In 2 Thessalonians, it said if a man don't work, he shouldn't what?
Eat.
So why he should eat off of mama?
Right.
Sorry, I did this right. I didn't mean to jump so far like that, you know. Sometimes you have to step off in shallow water, you know, appreciate that deep. So when you think about Mother's Day, is it really Mother's Day, or is it really that day that mama has a chance to sit back and be like, my kids ain't driving me crazy today, but tomorrow I just don't know what it's going to be.
Come on.
Come on.
Keep going.
Because I still got to take care of KK, I still got to look after Pookie, I still got to watch Man. Everybody know Man got problems. So therefore, where is the balance? Oh, one day out of the year we have Mammy's Day. Because that's what we treat our mamas like, mammies. Because that's what the mother folks used to do to us back in the day. They had to take care of theirs, and then they had to take care of the white folks' kids.
Right.
Oh, tell the truth. So therefore, where is that balance for her? No wonder mama loses her mind. No wonder mama have to stay up late at night. I can account for this. And this is on tape. When that boy went through, I stayed asleep. Because something inside me, Amanda, knew that she was going to get up. This is something that was built into me, but it wasn't right. If he sneezes, if I thought that he sneezed, I should be the first one to get up and peek inside his room. But because it was built into my mind and my DNA that mama did it all, then by the time I did get up, she was already up. But guess what I want to do, April? I want to get my freak on. Oh, all right, like y'all. Let me throw this disclaimer in there because somebody out there, I told you about we can have sex outside of marriage. No, you can't. This is in the confines of being married because God demands what? Holiness.
Amen.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I know when she got done with that boy, I was like thinking to myself, it's my time. Now I got to do the old crock pot thing. I got to cut up potatoes, corn, carrot, and turn it on in the morning, and then wait in the evening time, and then expect for her to perform at a high level. It do not work that way. Amen. And I had to learn the hard way. Because when I was treating her like that, 4 years into my marriage, she wanted to go. So I was stuck listening to Hall & Oates. She's gone. Oh my, you know that song. Right. That's a good song when your heart is on the floor. You begin to reflect and think about all the things that you could have done in that one moment. But she's gone. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm kind of bent that do we honor mothers or do we honor mothers? Because the next day, somebody say the next day.
The next day.
Mama is going to have to do it all over again, and this day it is forgotten. Isn't that weird? It is forgotten. So while you doing your thing, she's taking care of Pookie. She got Shaquita. And Shaquita don't necessarily want to listen to it. You know what I found out about most mamas? The punches get a little less hard the older that we get. It's not as hard. It's not, see, back when she was younger and she can see and tend to you, it was easy for her to kick you and you felt it. An elbow in your neck and you felt it. But now since she's getting older and you're getting older, the punches, the stay in the house is, she just tired. She just tired. So I'm wondering, throughout the world that all the mothers who's really being honored, I wonder the load that they're carrying. I wonder that the load that they're carrying, they sitting there eating that steak for today. They sitting there eating that shrimp or that crawfish or whatever they got going on. I wonder in their mind, they looking over there and said, my baby is still crazy. They hadn't got it. My grown kids is still doing what they want to do. And I'm still hurting in my heart. She's eating crawfish. She's eating a steak. But as she eating it, is she enjoying it?
Mom, come on.
See, it's one thing to have the taste of a steak, but it's another thing to have the taste of the juices going through your teeth as you enjoying that steak. So the question is, while mama is enjoying the steak with the juices flowing through her teeth, the question that I have to look real hard to see why everybody is giving her kudos, the thought that's running through my mind is, mama really happy?
My goodness.
Can a mama really be happy when her babies is out there going straight mad crazy when she's saying that what they're doing is not their DNA? I can't understand this generation by what I see my children's children do. Is it fair to say that a mama that took care of her kids is worthy to take care of your kids? Is that fair? So when she sits down and say that she needs a vacation, is that vacation a vacation, or is it a vacation to where she's going to have to work while she's enjoying that vacation? Do you see what I'm saying?
It's good.
So who does she go to? Where does she run? When all of this stuff is going on, the pressures. The pressure on her to perform at a high level every day. Somebody say every day.
Every day.
It's no real day for her to take off. Me and that boy drives her crazy some days. That when she says she want to get her big feet done, you know what I tell her? Go out there on the concrete rubber. You ain't got to go over there. You ain't got to go over there. When you want a massage, you ain't got to go over there. Why you want John to do that? When you got one. Well, I can't decode it because, for one, I never seen it in my family. And number two, I don't think nobody would want to rub my aunt's ankles or because back then they ain't believe in putting no lotions on them ankles back there. So when they say rub my feet, baby, it was like this. The only thing that they did was put on a big old dress and just walk. Huh?
All right.
We did what we wanted. They had a plate for you when you wasn't even worth the plate.
Right.
Yeah. They saved a plate for you. Bailed you out of jail. Went down the street and got in the midst of your fights. Went down to the school, to the jailhouse to put things on your books.
Right.
But when a guy like me get up and say something about it, I don't think I like him. Well, you're not coming here to like me.
Amen.
Do you see what I'm saying? Sometimes we need to look at it from the perspective through the eyes of a mother if we can, because only another mother can identify with another mother, especially when you're going through some hell.
Amen.
Do you see what I'm saying? I can only speak it from a man's point of view, looking at this day, trying to make sense of what do a mother really think about Mother's Day. With everybody kissing on her. Just imagine all those nasty lips kissing on mama. And mama sitting now just imagine you dumping all your stuff on her. Think about it. When you kiss her, you got your marital problems, you kissed your job, your kids' problems, your problems with you and your spouse, you and your employer. She got all that load right here. And she's sitting there telepathically as you going through something, she just knows instinctively what's on your mind. And she said something like this here. Mama can tell when something is going on with you. Why don't you tell mama what's going on? Now really, mama don't want to hear your stuff. But because nobody knows the trouble I see. See, because you moping around the house, mama, that intuition thing just kick in, so she really has to stop what she doing to hear you. But you know what we say? Nothing. Nothing. It ain't nothing going on with me. Well, if it ain't nothing going on with you, then why are you performing around her like that? The weight that a mom carries. Look at it. When I was in the room with her and she was having him, I knew right then and there that I couldn't be her at that moment.
Right.
I was really glad that I was a man. Some of you men can appreciate that if you was ever in the operating room when they had a baby. I can really, I'm sitting there, yeah, girl, oh, yeah. Hold on for a second. Thank you, Jesus. Now I can come on back in. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Amen.
And then to change his pampers 20 to 40 almost in 2 days? Is that? I love him, but I don't love him like that. I will put a shirt on him and I will wash it and I have another one ready. But that thing that's in her would suggest I need to stack up. I need to put some things away. And I'm thinking, that's a waste of money. But because that mother, that God thing that God put into those mothers to think ahead, to be able to look down the road and say, this is what we need. We need more than 3 bottles. Because he's going to throw the first 2 away. That's a gift. And then while he's crying, my theory is spank him and shut him up. But they just give me that baby and grab that baby and put him in arms. You just sitting there looking like you just spoiled him. But really, that's just the thing that God has put into the woman to give us a clue that how God feels about us.
Oh man, that's good.
Come on.
Do you see what I'm saying? I'm saying beat him. You beat him. You shut up. Yeah, bring him over here. I got some. And he number 5 months old. You want to whip on him. Well, that's something that's raging in you that you didn't get when you was a baby. So the only thing you can do is mimic what you know. But God has placed this love that he would somehow in a godlike manner do to a woman that men just wouldn't do. Vice versa, there are some things that God placed into a man that a woman just wouldn't do. See, I don't believe in that I got a feminine side. Everything about me is manly, burly. And even in my weakest moment, don't take this 5'7" frame for weakness, because it's possible that a chair or this podium can wrap around your head. But the voice of reason back there would say, why don't you talk this thing out?
Right.
In the days where they'll call it as your feminine side. No, it's everything this man, it's that God-given thing that God has placed into a woman that will give her the DNA of him that will make us stop and pause. Do you see what I'm saying? When I think about Mary, when I think about Moses' mom, how would it feel for a mom to have to give up her son because you got a nut that's saying, I made a decree that I'm going to kill every male child 2 years and under. And she has to protect you before the man comes to snatch your baby out of the house. Wait a minute. She's doing everything to keep you in the house. But now she has to do everything to get you out of the house. But we got our kids want to stay in the house. Do you get what I'm saying? She's doing everything to keep you in the house. But when the man comes and says, we coming to your house, then kill your child out of the house, it's reversal effect. Now in these days and time, we want to keep them in the house and they're 9,000 years old.
Come on now, speak the truth.
Something's wrong with that picture. So when I see a grown man, so I go out there and play ball, I see grown men talk about how they go over mama's house and get food. I say, aren't you married? Well, there's nothing wrong with going over mama's house. But make sure you go over to your first mama's house. You know why I said the first mama's house? Because in particularly black men have a tendency of making their wives their mama
Yeah.
when she's really your helpmate.
Right.
See, I can only get my wife to do certain things for me. Now, in this grand scheme of things, she'll let me know that when you are disabled, I will go that extra mile. But if you got 2 feet, 2 hands, and you got ears and eyes, go fix it, go do it, go clean it yourself.
There you go.
Do you see what I'm saying? There are some things that I know that he gets away with that I can't get away with. But the older that he gets and the more independent that he becomes, she make him be who he's supposed to be. So in some essence, he's growing into being who I am. So whenever he wants something, he's beginning to see it ain't happening from her.
Right.
So in some instances, me and him have the same kind of thing that we need from her. But the older we get, the more she gonna realize you ain't pulling on me like that. Do that make sense?
Yes, it does.
This boy's mom built a bulrush, a blue boat, a little something. Sent him down the river with crocodiles and snakes. And just imagine the heart how her heart was breaking that she had to push this thing off and then just look as far as her eyes can see. Not even knowing that she was part of a plan that God has already seen and already mandated that this boy's future was going to be secured. But it took her, or a decree from Pharaoh, to push her son into greatness.
Wow.
Imagine. In other words, some of the things that moms do for our kids, they don't know that it can either make them or break them. If you hold on too tight, then it can suggest that they're going to be what we call mama's boys. So that handicaps them from being a husband to their wives. But when God sends a problem into that house, whether it be drugs, whether it be jail, whether it be problems in school, in other words, it's to catapult that child out of that house so he can get to a place where he can see God for himself and then God finish and charge his course.
Amen.
Yes.
Don't catch that tomorrow. Don't catch that tomorrow. So when a mom begins to shape a child's mind, she has no idea that God's hand is in that situation. Because all of the weight of the pressures, of the stresses of life in every member of that family is weighed upon her.
Yeah.
That's why she's called Big Mama. That's why we can all relate to Soul Food, the movie Soul Food. We can all relate to that movie Soul Food. Never mind Dad. I don't really think they even mentioned Dad. But Big Mama. And when Big Mama died, everything else fell down. But it was designed that way so the other person, preferably a male, to stand up. But since they didn't, it transferred down to the other sister. Because she was the closest one that had the qualities and the trait of Big Mama. That was supposed to be so. It was supposed to fall down to the next male. But you had a male that constantly was staying in jail trying to find a job. You had one that was a family man, but he wasn't willing to step up because his wife ran everything. Y'all seen the movie. Y'all seen it more than 1 or 2 times. And so therefore, there was no male to stand up. So therefore, in our mind, in our DNA, it was easy for us to digest because the only picture that we know is that mama ran everything. Do you see? That mama couldn't survive if she wanted to. Look at all the pressures and the weight and the stress that she took upon herself, and that was just a movie. But how is that movie so applicable and applicable to us? It's just a movie. But you can see in that movie that each one of those kids had a different problem, and it was weighty because every Sunday they came to talk about their problems to mama, acting as if mama didn't have her own stuff.
Right.
Do y'all see what I'm saying?
Amen.
The pressures. So I wonder on this Mother's Day, is the mother really thinking about Mother's Day? I'm looking at my wife back there and I'm thinking, is she really thinking about Mother's Day? Is she really thinking about me saying, hey baby, happy Mother's Day? Or is she really thinking, he just wants something? Why do she have to say, Tiny, I ain't cooking? Because that's a representation that she know that I don't cook. Or she say something like, y'all fend for yourself today. Because she know, watch this here, instinctively she know she gonna have to get up and fix something. So I beat her to the punch yesterday. She told me all week long, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you will. Because it just ain't you. So I got to wash clothes, well, most of it, because she jumped in. I tried, but she jumped in and started washing the clothes. I beat her to her truck. And then she, you know, we took our dog to the vet. The dog had a tendency of licking the glass on the inside. And it was a part of me, Charles. It was a part of me when she told me I was washing the truck. She said, can you get the inside where Barney licked the window? And part of me was like, don't you think I know? But I caught myself because I knew it was Mother's Day weekend. And if that was any other day, I would have been like, hey, don't you think I know that? Look, do you want to do this? Because in my real mind, for her to say yes, and I throw the stuff down there, you do it. You know, that's how it normally goes. Right? That's how it normally goes. Well, you do it, God dog, I ain't doing it. But I caught myself. I just kept on. And you know what she went and did? She went and lifted up that back of that truck. And I'm sitting there like, now she wasn't supposed to lift her hand. She was not supposed to lift her hand. She was not supposed to lift a hand. And I thought about it. Thank you for helping me because I forgot all about it. See, in other words, moms help us in our blind spots.
That's good.
The places where we can't see. Even when you try to lie, she'll tell you, now this is your mama you're talking to. Do you see? It's no way of it because God has placed that in her. You know, you can go there and it's bad, you know, when you bring your spouse over to the house. Isn't it funny how you can bring your spouse over to the house and let's say, for instance, I'm bringing Felicia over to my folks' house. And they'd be like, ooh, you did a good job, boy. She's a good-looking girl. She's this and she's that. And you go in the kitchen, you be like, what you think about that? She'd be like, nah, she got a bad attitude. I knew I shouldn't have brought her over here. Because I already knew y'all was going to say something crazy. But you know deep inside because you already had these clashes with her, so you know mama is not lying.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I kind of miss the fact that Felicia's mama's not here. But I'm so glad that she wasn't able to catch my inconsistencies and put them in her brain that would make her stand there and say, I don't know about you. Because mama said this.
That's good.
God places a mom in front of you. And even for the stepmoms and surrogate moms, it's there. It's there. But it takes something to be able to catapult that person because that person do not know your baby like you know your baby. So we have a tendency of guarding. Don't say that, don't do that, don't. And that leaves her on the outside, but when God still placed that thing in her too.
Amen.
It's there. It was just sitting there waiting to be activated. Do you see? So it works on both fronts. So the question goes back to today. Most mama gonna go to church. They already fixed the dinner. They already did that. Most houses, black mamas already fixed the dinner. You can forget that. We're taking you out, mama. But mama's saying, but Larry is not going to eat today. I think I'm going to, Larry comes over. Pookie comes over. KK comes over. Do y'all see what I'm saying? So she's always thinking, I wonder did I leave them beans on? And we always got this thing to say, well, we don't care This is your day, mama. You ain't doing nothing today. Isn't it funny how you can be eating her candy? Who is going to steal about a couple of her roses? Give it to his honey? These are the type things that happen. Do you see what I'm saying? See, I don't have that great relationship with my mom. My mom never raised me. But I'm going to call her after this service to let her know Happy Mother's Day. It's not the brightest relationship. But at the same time, I still have to go back to the text. Because at the end of the day, God has to have the final authority. Honor thy mother and thy father.
Amen.
So thy days will be long upon the earth. So you kids, you big grown kids, if you want to know why you catch hell, you too, RJ, that you can catch hell, dishonor your mother and your father.
That's it.
Now watch this here. Now, I'm going to show you the worst part of it that the devil has intentionally set up. It was supposed to be the man and the woman, right? But because the devil, for whatever reason, extracted that man from that place, right? Distracted him from it. That left the mom there to fend, to discipline, and do whatever to that child, right? Okay, I'm going to show you how genius this devil is. When he took that man out, and if it said, honor thy mother and thy father so that days will be long upon the earth, then God is the only one that can judge that situation. Do you see it? See, the dad is supposed to be there to put the physical thing on, to straighten them out. But when there is no dad, the system,
Yeah.
Right.
the streets.
Yeah.
Now, each one progresses to a place where God says, I have to judge it. Do you see what I'm saying? If God don't send the Boy Scout or the Girl Scout or somebody into that situation, then the ultimate judge, God has to judge it. And the Bible said that the soul that sins shall surely what?
Die.
So oftentimes, what God does in this, I don't know how he does it, in this God-like manner, no matter how or where you find that child, God will instill something in that child to where that child will be like, I don't want to make my mama upset. I know I disappointed my mama. That's the mechanism and the barrier that God places in there so he would not destroy that child. Oh, you better get that. You better. In other words, that's God stepping in as the mediator so he won't have to judge it. In other words, I work in the prison system, and just about every male that's in there, when you bring it down, the only thing that they say, I wish my mama wouldn't have to see me like this. Well, what about the past? Oh, you forget him, you never was there. Oh, more than likely, that child is going, that big grown adult is going to say, I love my mom. After every football game, basketball game. Tell us about that child. I want to say, hi mom. Do you see? So I wonder again, on this day, what is mom across America or around the world, what does she really think? Because when you really think about it, it's supposed to be a retirement date for mom. For all the hell that we call mom, this is the day, mama, we going to take care of you the rest of your life. You don't have to worry about nothing. Because this is mama's day. That next mama's day is going to be a mama's day every day. Question. Men, children, are you stressing your mama? And is what you're doing pleasing to God? Because if you're going to your mama and stressing your mama from what you're supposed to be going to God for, that's treason. That's not good. The only thing that you're doing is perpetuating something that's inside of you into your now. And God is saying, I'm going to judge it. Because we're not supposed to lean on mama like that. We're supposed to love our mama, cherish our mama. We're supposed to lay down everything that we have to God.
Amen.
And not mama.
Amen.
If it's mama's day, then what happened to tomorrow? Is tomorrow not a day? Now, mamas, you're going to have to help God out in these matters too. You're going to have to know how to cut that spiritual cord.
Amen.
You're going to have to know when to say, take that to your wife, take that to your husband. Boy, get out of my face. I don't want to hear that. Do you see what I'm saying? You're going to have to help God out. In other words, if somebody else has to come and tell and remind you that you have a sorry son or a sorry daughter, and you help perpetuating that thing, then you're going to make God's hand of judgment fall upon your sons and daughters real swift. Tight, but it's right. If you sit there and baby and pacify sin when you know that boy, that girl is not doing right, and you're supposed to be in the light, and they doing what they doing, and you're trying to compromise your light with that darkness, then you're gonna speed up the hand of God. It's 5 years now. It may be 50 tomorrow. Do you see what I'm saying? I love my boy, but if he chooses to do his own thing, we're going to snot, cry, probably fart too. And it may not come in all that form. We may fart first. I don't know. We may do whatever first. But we're going to go through some things. But his decision is his decision. Do you see what I'm saying? Look, I got too much in life to live for him to stress me. If I keep worrying about him all the time, somebody say all the time, then how can I accomplish the thing that God has told me to do? How can I stand before you with a straight face and I be preaching your Bible and show, and I just want to tell y'all pray for me till my boy is going crazy? No, we're not going to do that. I pray for him. I cry for him. Fast. And the whole 9 yards. But he is going to have his own encounter with the Almighty.
Amen.
It's set up that way. And when we step in all the time, we don't do nothing but make it to where God says, I'm going to remove everything, and that child is going to be by himself. And he don't want to face me by himself, because you don't know when that child is coming out of that. Do y'all get what I'm saying?
Amen.
If a child, an example, if you buy him a car, he tears it up. You buy him another, he tears it up. He borrow yours, he tears it up. Somebody, God sending witnesses. Hey, I wouldn't let him borrow this. You need to stop that. And it constantly keeps going. All of a sudden, he's in an accident. All of a sudden, he kills somebody. Now you got the message. You know what happened? God stepped in. Right. Do you see what I'm saying? Samuel and Eli had these problems with their kids, and God killed them. Yes, he did. He warned them and he told them. Now, these are prophets that when other preachers and evangelists saw these two guys, they was like, hey, do you come in peace? Do you come in peace? He said, oh man, chill. This is just... And God told him, he said, man, you need to talk to your boys. Your boys is doing thus and such. And they failed to do it. Isn't it funny how a preacher can give you insight of what God says and their own family going crazy? Isn't that simple?
Yep.
See, everybody wanted to throw Eddie Long up under the bus when he did what he did. But the only thing Eddie was doing was showing what was happening in the church. Hello. Not in our house, collectively. Somebody in your house. Because the first people you're supposed to reach is the people in your house. But they don't want to listen. At least you told them. That's all God wanted you to do.
Right.
But we leave all that responsibility on mama. And mama say something like this here. Leave them alone. Leave him alone. Well, how long is KK supposed to be doing what he's doing? Just leave him alone. Well, how long KK supposed to be sitting out there talking to those trees out there? Just leave him alone. Huh. Well, if you keep leaving him alone, and in his aloneness, the devil is talking to him.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's her enabling him to be handicapped. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with going to the house, eating you a plate every now and then. For married men, that should be 3 months down the road. Should be doing your wife's cooking. If she don't know how to cook, I don't know, get in there and teach her. They got cooking shows on now.
Right.
Learn together.
There you go.
Do you see what I'm saying? Mama's house should be the last house. You should eat there about once every 3 months. Because you know what the devil gonna do? You're gonna bring that plate over and you're gonna get that taste in your mouth again and you're gonna criticize your wife.
There you go.
You sure can't cook. I'm going to my mama's house. And mama gonna sit over there and talk about how sorry she is. Did you see?
Right.
She don't cook. She don't cook again. I done told you 40 years ago that you done made a bad choice. You see how that thing go? Now she's shaping your thinking. So Laquita sit back here at work saying, I always like you. And I can cook. And the first thing you say to your wife, Laquita and mama said, thus and such. It's just a slow burn.
Yeah.
So I wonder again on this day, what mamas are really thinking? What my wife back there really think? What is she back there really thinking? She's sitting there thinking, I know him. I already know him. He gonna try to feed me, stuff me, and then later on, hey, hey, it's nighttime. You know what they say about nighttime? Nighttime is the right time to be the one you love. I think I hold a little I think I have to say. And she's supposed to go back and be like, Mama said, no. You know what she's thinking? It's the same thing. Do y'all see what I'm saying? So I wonder, what mamas are really thinking? Don't blurt your thoughts out, Mom, because we already, don't blurt them out. We already, we want to do some deliverance, but we don't want to,
Be a whole new set of living.
Yeah. I'm afraid of Pookie just don't want to act right. And when I got everybody here, I want you to play with him. I want you to play. Can I do that? I wonder if I let that iron on. Is Brandon coming over this evening? Because they don't know I got his clothes ready for him. It's all this stuff going on. And God is sitting there saying, they don't know what I placed in front of them. Mamas put up with stuff that outside folk would be like, she crazy. But when it's their time to go through, their mama's doing the same thing. But see, let me let you on the news that my mama didn't do that. My mama said, I overheard her say, I never wanted no kids. I've had a 5-year-old year now.
Right.
Rejection.
I don't want to. I got to do my thing. This is what she said. I got to do my thing. Now, what her thing was, as a kid, I'm getting jiggy with it. She wants to do her thing. But in other words, the older that I got, I was thinking, man, we're gonna allow this kid right here. So I'm gonna express myself. I think I child a few car windows. I think I cut up in school. I think I, get in some trouble, hang around this person. I think I go find me some validation around here. And that validation went all good. And in my mind, every girlfriend that I had, it was always like this here. I love you. Not knowing that I was talking to my mom. Do you see what I'm saying? The things that we go through, it shaped us from our past. And we're not even conscious of it. So when God says, I will be a mother to a motherless and the father to the fatherless. He was talking about a kid like me.
Yeah, come on, Pastor.
He was talking to somebody that, you know, that he saw that seen that my mother and my father was going to drop the standard. So he had to go ahead of me and go on the cross.
Come on.
And he had to wait for me to get enough sense to make an intelligent decision to make him Lord so he could be my mother.
Amen.
So he can be my father. See, you don't know. See, I'm 47 years old, and every now and then, I still feel the sting of what my mother said. I still see, when I see families together, and I see big, like such as this right here, see, it kind of bothers me because it's like, man, who really been here? Coming up on Mother's Day. I always had a problem with Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Christmas, and Thanksgiving because this represents family. So therefore, in my mind, I was like, man, it's alright. It ain't all that. But for somebody that got that, yes it is.
Yeah.
Yes it is. So now since I'm on this other side, even though I have overcome and jumped over a lot of hurdles, every now and then I still have that little that's in there. And that's God letting me know I haven't forgotten about you. In other words, sometimes in this life, you will never get over everything. But God will remind you that that little pain that you feel right here is a reminder, don't leave me.
Yes, come on.
Don't leave me. See, I think we saw this when Paul walked around. He said there was a messenger that come to buffet me. He said Satan sent a messenger to buffet me. That pain that you feel in your body, that discomfort that you feel inside of you, that mind that's thinking all these devious thoughts. If you know how to flip and turn it, this is God saying, I'm a reminder that you shouldn't leave me. I'm going to mother you in these areas. In other words, a mother is the only one that will get in there and rub her grown kid's head. Dad ain't going to do that. He need to get off the couch, give him a job. If you give him a job with a good woman, he'll be all right. The mom's going to leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Just shut up and leave him alone. Get that oil over there.
Get the oil.
Get that oil over there. You know. It's just one of those things to where when everything goes wrong, we know how to beeline and go home. But that's not the first choice. The first choice would be God. Then when you need validation, when nobody else gonna give it to you, then you're going back around to mom. Because mama gonna encourage you. You can rob a bank and say, mama, they looking for me. You can't stay here. Looking like you can't stay here.
Right.
Go on to your brother's house. I already called. He already knew you're coming. Take this bag with you. Sack full of chicken. So, and even when the police come over, you hide up there in the attic. She's sitting up there saying, my baby is innocent. Mama, ma'am, he just burned Crocus down. And he smelled like gas. And we found a match in his mouth that burned Crocus. He's innocent, and y'all just want to whip on him. But all that time, you sitting there saying to yourself, what kind of boy did I raise? But he's my boy. That's how God looks at us. No matter what you've done, no matter what you can imagine that you can go through, when the world points their finger, God says, he belongs to me.
Amen.
Give him to me. There's nothing that a person can do that can escape their mother's love. You know, when I began to understand my mother and what she went through, it was easier for me to forgive her. Notice, when I understood, the only way that I could understand her is through the Word of God.
Yeah.
When God captured my heart and the process and the journey has begun, then I was able to understand her situation, because everybody has a story. How about you being raped by people in your house? Not the dude down the street, but people that's in your house. How about that the very men that's supposed to protect you is sneaking into your womb? I think I will make a statement too. I don't want no kids. How would you feel that you married a man that abused you, went upside your head because of the insufficiencies of a lack of a dad in his house? Do you see what I'm saying? But all this time, God had his imprint on my life. If anybody was to tell me that a boy coming from Philadelphia would come down here to Beaumont, I didn't know what Beaumont was. Because on the map they always show you major cities. To come down here and meet her, and they was to tell me that I was going to have my own family, my own house, and own dog, I would have told, I probably would have cussed them out. Do you see? Because in my eyes as a little boy, I couldn't see that far because of the place where I come from. But thank God that he packaged all of this stuff up, and he said, now this is your life right here. The same as with yours. Watch this here. Especially for married couples. You are the sum total of what you picked. You didn't pick your mom. You picked your spouse. Y'all get that? We run to our mama to bring her son or to go see mama. You do not take your problems to your mama. Because your mama gonna say something bad about that option. Eventually. She gonna tell you about you. But she gonna tell you, but she gonna more so throw off on the other. And that's gonna give you some divorce papers. See, it has the power to save on one end and the power to divide on the other. That's the power that the mother has. If you don't believe me, go read about Jezebel. Imagine you going killing 450 prophets, and the next day one woman turned around and said, I have your head, and you turn around and tell God, I want to die. That's the power. Imagine one woman that stayed at the cross with John and Jesus suffering, and he looked down and he considered his mother by saying, son, behold thy mother, mother, behold thy son. You know what he was saying? That Mary is not John's biological, but because of what they see on the cross, he's going to need her. He's going to need her to carry him through. And vice versa, because this is not my biological son, it will replace this one until we get to the other side. So both are intertwined with each other.
It's good.
Do you see what I'm saying? So when you look at it, God in his wisdom saw us, family-wise and individual. Is to depart us from the family, bring us separate to him, and then bring us back to our family. Husbands and wives, you are the sum total of what you picked. Don't you leave them. Because they are a mother, you are a father. Because the emphasis on mothers, we're going to say because that's your wife.
Yeah.
How dare you? That you, what you picked, and you brought kids to, that you let the devil tell you that there's something out there better than what you have.
Wow.
How dare you? You need another spanking. You need to go back to the root of the thing and go ask your mama if this is what you would have done. And in fact, I guarantee she'll tell you, or stay with your life. Look at my life. Look at your life. Stay with your life. See, it's wisdom on both ends of this thing. If you're going through anything with your mama, settle it. It's her day, but it's supposed to be every day. I come to a close with this here. I didn't have anything compared to my wife this morning preaching. And I'm just being led by God to encourage you that if it's her day, it's every day. See, I'm a touchy-feely guy. God grew up with people slapping and hitting on me. That was their way of communicating with me. But I had no idea that I was perpetuating a curse that was in my family line. Because my mother said that if a man beat on her, then it meant that he loved her. So on the opposite end of that, when I was being abused, I had no knowledge that I was seeking love, attention through being abused. But simultaneously, I was thinking, if you hit me, I'm gonna kill you. Because it hurt when you get slapped. It hurt when you get punched. It hurts when you tried your best and somebody looking at your best and kicking it all down, or you building blocks and they come kick your blocks down. But at the same time, it was like an accepting thing. That at least I'm here, at least they're acknowledging me. But as I became a man, I began to see how God sees it. It was a big struggle. Because in my house there was no peace. And when God is saying, I'm trying to give you peace, then it's a war. Do y'all see what I'm saying? It's a war. So when it's quiet in the house, and I'm a chaotic type guy, then I have to seek God, because in my mind the devil has tricked me through years saying something ain't right. But that's that motherly instinct that God has stepped in, because a woman of wisdom knows her home. She knows her son. She knows her daughter. She knows her husband. So therefore, by her knowing this, she finds a way to create peace. So even if she had to go into another room and leave me there, she knows we got peace.
Amen.
Is that God's ultimate plan? No. God's ultimate plan is to have everybody. But until we get to that place, God will use that mother to give her wisdom to discern what she would do and what she wouldn't do. The Bible said that a foolish woman tear down her house, but a wise woman builds it. So instead of it just being a Mother's Day, it's a Mother's Day every day. Because what God puts in that woman is awesome. That woman good to me. Good to me. I get on her nerves. But nobody in the room ain't got to tell me what side my toe brown's on. I know if I can moonwalk in here, I'll moonwalk. That woman cooks. That woman cleans. That woman listens to me when she don't want to listen to me. That woman looks at me funny when she knows that she don't want to listen to me, and I know when that's it, she telepathically does it. Tell me to go get it yourself. I ain't doing it no more. It balanced me. When I'm sick, what can I do for you? And then when I'm still sick, get up and do it yourself. You won't have no maid. It balances. Because see, don't nobody, let me say it like this here. Don't no real man want no Edith Bunker. No real man don't want no Edith Bunker. You want a Florida Evans that know how to calm that beast, but simultaneously maintain the house. You know how Jane was. Jane tear that house up. Jane always wanted to tear JJ up. But she had a way, James, James. And he'd be, and if you notice through the show, he was always kissing her. I kiss my wife. I hold on. Get your hand. I hold on to her. Because you know what I'm doing? Every day I'm breaking a curse. For everything, for every day that the thing that I didn't have, I make sure that I have. And I close with this here. If it's her day, make sure it's every day.